Well, Money in the Bank 2025 definitely surprised me. The chance worked. R-Truth is actually back in the WWE. To every single WWE fan out there, congratulations, y'all made it happen. With all the downs in the WWE lately, I didn't expect this kind of premium live event. Now, excuse me for a second. I hate you, you bald fraud! I don't have a problem with Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. I have a problem with LA Knight not winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and getting screwed again by Triple H. The man gets screwed more by Triple H than most wrestling fans will in their lifetime. That was kinda mean. I'm a wrestling fan too. But Naomi won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Dominic finally defended the championship. Becky became a champion after a great match. The men's ladder match cooked. The tag team match definitely surprised me, and Logan Paul is good whether you like it or not. Y'all know me, I try to be as fair as possible. Do you have to like him as a human being? No, not at all. Did he earn your respect as a professional wrestler? I think so. He was the highlight of the match. I know you don't want to hear it, but come on. And of course, R-Truth is already back. Wrestling fans like to do this, but no, people, I don't think it was a work. I think WWE, very rare W by the way, but they actually listen. Now, it's hard to actually compliment the WWE because they got themselves into this mess. But look, people, at least that's something. R-Truth is back. Didn't expect that, especially this early. I can't wait to hear all the details when it comes to his contract. Is he officially back in the WWE? Or WWE swerved us and that was the last R-Truth appearance? That would suck. No. But people, there is so much to talk about when it comes to this premium live event. I know you don't like positivity towards WWE, but what I saw on this premium live event, I think for the most part was very, very enjoyable. Again, it breaks my heart that LA Knight didn't win the briefcase. It literally, like, for half an hour, absolutely broke me, and I didn't really care about the tag team match during the first half of it. You big nose son of a... You fraud! Let's talk about Money in the Bank. The first match was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So, honestly, good match, but I expected a little bit more. Hear me out. Probably the best women's ladder match lineup I've ever seen. So much talent, but for whatever reason, the match wasn't all that crazy. Pretty good. I guess our expectations were a bit too high. Still decent. One of the things I've noticed during this match is that the spots took way too long, which is understandable. You have to be safe. But in a way, it looked too choreographed, if that makes any sense. At points I thought, okay, Rhea Ripley's probably winning this match. As you guys know, I wanted Naomi to win. I think this was one of the easiest booking decisions possible, and I'm so happy to say Naomi actually won the Money in the Bank briefcase. The post-show is actually happening right now, and I've just seen a clip of her legitimately crying. Tears of joy, and she had to roast the crowd, you know. Shut up, stupid marks. She has to fake that reaction while legitimately she's just so full of joy, right? After leaving TNA, when she came back to the WWE, I thought she's gonna be just kinda there because that's how WWE treated her. She was in big matches, but she always kept losing and has sort of lost hope. But finally she turned heel and it was a career-changing move. Finally it paid off. She's Miss Money in the Bank. And what I also got out of this match, even though I did expect a little bit more, I guess, the women's division. It's the best we ever had. Legitimately, hands. You see these small hands? They're down. These hands are down, people! Why am I screaming at 6 a.m.? You know what? I don't give a shit, neighbors! LA Knight did not win the Money in the Bank briefcase, neighbors! So I thought, okay, WWE finally did something alright. And I keep telling you this, people. Wrestling doesn't always have to be what you want it to be, because if you would keep getting everything the fans are asking for, it would get boring. Nobody wants that. You think you do? You don't. I know better. But we're in a very tough position in the WWE where they made so many mistakes. You kinda need to give the fans something. So I was still, you know, holding my Coco Jumbo for LA Knight. I was hard, balls pumping. Well, then we got the Intercontinental Championship match. Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. The match that was actually built during Worlds Collide. So this was actually a pretty short match, but in a way I guess appreciate that we got a fifth match on the show. It's absolutely a crime what WWE are doing. Why can't we get balance in professional wrestling? AEW gives you 59 matches, WWE gives you 4. What about something in between? But it's a crime with these ticket prices that the match, quantity is decreasing every year. It's kind of crazy. Whatever, still enjoyed this quick match, and obviously Dominic Mysterio retained the Intercontinental Championship. People, I didn't even realize how shitty this championship title reign is. He barely defends it, he barely does anything with this championship. I'm so happy he's a champion, by the way, but if the goal is Finn Balor versus Dominic, you gotta pull the trigger. You gotta do it, man. Then it was Becky Lynch versus Lyra. Very good match. Dare I say, even better than their Backlash match. Now, in my predictions video, I said Becky is going to win for a very simple reason. She lost last time, and, my first prediction was that she's gonna end up winning the Intercontinental Championship, which is going to lead to Bayley versus Becky Lynch. So Becky used the dirty ability and won the match. Lyra had to lift Becky's hand, but Becky was insistent that she does it more than once. And to every side of the crowd. She even told her to put the belt around her waist. At this point I thought, okay, are they kind of burying Lyra? Like, what is this character development? But no, she actually kicked the shit out of Becky Lynch. At least we got that. We got some intensity out of Lyra, which was desperately needed, I guess what I get out of the storyline is that Lyra is growing up. She was trusting these veterans who are snakes. Like, literally, when you think about it, every single professional wrestler is a snake, is a horrible human being. Whoever ever turned heel in the WWE is horrible. And all of them did. So Lyra just learned a lesson, and now she's not gonna make the same mistake twice. But again, really love the match, absolutely delivered. When it comes to match quality, this was so far the best match of the night. Now, what about that men's ladder match? Okay, this was on a whole different level. Can we just appreciate the fact that Chad Gable wrestled twice during the same night and put on an amazing performance? What was all that about? These spots went absolutely nuts. Times like these when I really appreciate what professional wrestlers can do. Like when we got this Chad Gable and LA Knight spot off the ladder, I was like, his head was this close to the ladder. As the most unathletic person on earth, legitimately, couldn't be me. How are you not scared? I thought the women's match is gonna be better this year, but that was not the case. So the match quality was great. Everything the ladder match needs to be, but we also got a lot of story development because we got Seth Rollins' faction trying to help Rollins. We got the Bloodline, which ended up being a trap because Jacob Fatu acted like he's going to help Solo, ended up turning on him. Yes, Jacob Fatu turned on Solo Sikoa finally. All because he said, all gas, no brains. That is mean, Solo. That is very mean. What did you expect? Before the premium live and probably the biggest match of your career, you're gonna call Jacob Fatu stupid dummy? Are you serious? Huge pop, great moment, and man, I hate what WWE did right here. I was waiting for CM Punk, he's gonna stop Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, I don't know, I don't care, somebody's gonna stop him, and WWE, these sneaky ass bastards, played with our feelings, and our feelings are solved, especially right now. They basically had LA Knight and Seth Rollins as the last fight before the victory, because, they had to do it to us. So curb stomp to LA Knight, and Seth Rollins grabs the briefcase, he wins the match. I would be happy, I really would be. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. When it comes to the storylines, that's exactly what WWE needed to do, but third time in a row, LA Knight is in the match, he didn't win. At this point, it's hard to do that, but we gotta give up. Is it ever gonna happen? Is LA Knight going to be a main eventer ever? It breaks my heart, especially because he was definitely by far the fan favorite. The pop he got, obviously it's LA, I understand, but still, come on, man. I hate it. I hate it so much. I am not the one to overreact most of the time. Maybe WWE, doubtful. Maybe WWE know what they're doing, and on SmackDown, LA Knight is gonna be like, this is gonna be my year and something big is happening and he's winning the King of the Ring tournament. And even with that, I don't see him winning the championship at SummerSlam against Jey Uso. It would just feel comforting knowing that LA Knight has the briefcase, WWE trust him. Now, I didn't get to the point where Triple H talks during the press conference, so hopefully he talks about LA Knight, but yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I definitely was. Not even a little bit, like during the main event, I was like, holy shit, that sucks. But let's talk about the main event. So, okay, first half, I was like, this is boring. That's exactly what I thought it would be, but then, typically, you know, since it's a premium live event match, it's different than your television match. It turns into almost like a fatal four-way where the action is happening all the time and the referee doesn't even care anymore. That's exactly what this match needed to be. Dare I say, one of the best John Cena's performances so far. I'm talking about his current run. Crazy to think, Logan Paul was probably the highlight. I mean, that moonsault through the announce table. I mean, come on, people. Come on, you're lying to yourselves. You are lying to yourselves. I'm a very flawed individual. I have one good quality though. I can be objective, people. I can be objective. I may not like someone like Logan Paul, and yet I can say he's good at what he does. I don't need to pretend just because he's an asshole that, oh my god, everything he does sucks. We hate him. He's a fraud. Here's why I appreciate Logan Paul in the WWE. He's not half-assing it, even though he could. I can honestly respect that. Of course, John Cena does his championship spot. Somebody in a hoodie attacked John Cena. And I was like, it can't be. It can't be. And of course, it's R-Truth. And because of R-Truth, Cody and Jey Uso won the match. And that was your premium live event. People, I don't think it was a work. I literally believe WWE listened, and typically they wouldn't just because somebody complains on social media. We all do that. They don't give a shit. They listened to the crowd. They legitimately realized, well, we care about the crowd reaction. That's exactly what the crowd are asking for. I know, it sounds very hypocritical, LA Knight didn't win, but I don't remember the last time somebody got released or, whatever the situation is, the contract not, renewed. And people are chanting for that superstar. People didn't chant for Ziggler, none of these guys. I literally don't remember the last time it happened. I think it's more of a Daniel Bryan yes movement situation than work. I literally don't believe it's a work. And look, people, I'm not glazing WWE or anything like that. I know they put themselves in this situation in the first place. I'm just saying, at least we got it. Right? At least R-Truth is back. And in a way, people, I'm proud of wrestling fans. I quit Twitter because wrestling fans on that site almost made me legitimately hate everything about professional wrestling, but there's this different side of wrestling fans, and I appreciate I got to see that. So people, to conclude this video, I would say it delivered. WWE, for the most part, did something I didn't expect them to do, them being so greedy and putting sponsors on freaking ladders. They actually listened, which is kinda crazy. Kinda crazy. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, your boy, the Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.